Alright guys, so I'm going to start with a simple do now. I'm holding an apple, I'm going to drop the apple and you're going to have to find a few things. I'll give you the time, you're going to have to find the height and then you're going to have to find the acceleration. So let's go. Ready, set, go. Alright, so use the time to find the height and find the acceleration.
What's the formula to find the height?
I'm not going to give you the formula, but I can allow you to ask questions.
I have one question. What is the formula?
I'm not going to give you the formula, but you can ask me everything else except the formula. It's because today we are doing the Socratic method. The Socrates, who was born in
around 400 BC.
he was
400 BC.
He died around 399. So we are doing Socratic method, and Socrates was the one who established that method. We're gonna get to that in a second, but I will not give you the formula.
Well, how can we do it without formula?
You're gonna ask me questions.
How do we do it?
And I'm not gonna tell you what questions you can ask me, but you think about it.
I don't think we can do it without the formula.
Well, you can ask me question, as I said. Ask me question. Don't ask me who is the president of the United States, because that has nothing to do with calculating the height from the apple to the floor.
Okay.
And don't ask me ridiculous question like who is the governor of New York City or New York State, because that's not going to help you. Yesterday I gave this problem to another student, and the student asked me who is the mayor of the city. How that going to help you to calculate the height? I have no idea. So don't ask me this type of ridiculous question, and don't ask me for the formula.
So without the formula, we can't
I
find the
can't
height.
think of any formula. All the formula-based questions.
Forget about formula. Stop asking me for the formula. Now. Ask me any other thing except the formula. Go ahead.
Can you think of any other questions other than asking for the formula?
Is the velocity of the apple constant?
Velocity is not constant.
Acceleration of gravity, but we just still need the
Velocity is not constant, okay? Velocity is not constant, okay?
Is the distance constant?
Distance is not constant. It falls. This is the distance.
Okay. Because of the acceleration of gravity, but
1
I
second.
still don't get it.
2 seconds.
It increases velocity for
Every consecutive second it increases.
Yeah, but I
So
still don't
distance is not
understand.
constant.
Distance is not constant. Velocity is not constant.
So acceleration is constant.
Yeah,
Acceleration is constant, okay?
gravity. So what else is there to do but ask? The formula.
Okay, can we get the formula now?
No formula.
We ask enough questions.
No formula, okay? So you're gonna be thinking of solving this problem all day today and all day tomorrow. We're gonna meet this class tomorrow again. And again, tomorrow you're not gonna ask me for a formula, and please do not look for the formula, okay? You're gonna be writing a series of questions that allow you to find the answer, okay? Alright, so that's how we're gonna solve the problem, but not flagging the values in the formula, okay? So this method named the Socratic method, and the pioneer of Socratic method is the Socrates himself. So I'm going to give you some timeline to give you some understanding of Socrates. Today we're going to discuss a few things of Socrates. Number one, we just gave you some hint about Socratic method, finding the answer by asking a series of questions without plugging the values in the formula, because if you do plug the values in the formula, you defeat the purpose. Okay, so many countries students memorize the formula, and that's how they solve the problem. Stop memorizing the formulas. Okay, if you do memorize the problem and solve the problem by using the formula, you defeat the purpose, and by defeating the purpose, you make your life less productive every day. All right, now few things we're going to discuss. Socratic method, number one. Number two, the Socrates criticism. I guess the democracy. Socrates criticism, I guess that. Democracy. Number three,
His execution.
No, he.
Oh, church and state separation.
Yeah, his his empathy for
Religion.
no, he did not have empathy for religion. In fact, he was the first person who did not believe in God. Okay, so his
He was
empathy.
the first atheist?
His empathy for secularism, all right, separation of church and state. Number the another one is even more important, and that is that the voting right should not be the birthright. It should be, if you don't, for example, if you apply for the job,
Yeah.
you only get the job if you do have a skill. So according to Socrates, you can vote, you can cast vote if you do have the skill.
Oh.
If you don't have the skill, then just by born in the United States, you should not be allowed to vote, cast vote, because if you do not have the skill, you cannot do the job. For example, can you write prescription if you are not a doctor?
No.
All right. So according to Socrates, can you make a good decision if you do not have a skill?
No.
No. So if you don't have the skill, you should not cast the vote. We do not need you to vote because you probably gonna make some stupid choice and making some dumb people the head of the state, and the consequence would be very dangerous. That was the Socrates head of the country. So that was the Socrates argument. Now let's go start it. So we're gonna start with 600 BCE.
That's
So this is this is 6th century. This
That's
is
when a very old scientist was 25.
400 BCE, 300 BCE,
Before Christ?
and then before Christ, BCE, before the born of Jesus Christ, and before the born of Prophet Muhammad. All right. So what is most important? 600 BCE. Something called Sparta. Sparta was like center of everything. Sparta was a country, was a city, was a state in Greece. All right.
Yeah, everyone
So Sparta was like a center of business. It was a center of education, center of knowledge, and center of everything. Okay.
They would like war.
That's right. And around 500 BC there was a war. Greece, Persian. There's Persian war. Okay. So.
Persia.
Yeah, so that's right. Nowadays, Iran, or in some country they call it Iran.
Can I
Okay.
mention something?
Yeah.
At 600 BCE, a very old mathematician and astronomer was 25.
Oh, algorithm.
No, it was Thales of Miletus.
Oh yeah. Thales was the first man who discovered the static electricity by using the ember. Thales was the first man.
Wow.
Thales was the first man. Also, Thales was the first man who also wrote the similar triangle. All right. And
he was a very important man then.
yeah, he was very important. And Thales was credited for something else, not static electricity, for something else. Do you know what is that?
What?
Periodic
No. No.
That was like
The magnet.
Oh.
The magnet. How did he do that?
Iron and salt.
Not iron and salt. He did not have access to iron and salt. How did he
Did
do
salt
that?
even
Compass.
exist?
Compass.
Not compass. The compass was invented in China much later. So how did he do that? You think I should directly give you the answer? No, I should not directly give you the answer. So Socratic method. So you're gonna find it out. All right, now Greek-Persian War. So because of Athens. All right, so Sparta was losing its momentum because of the Athens. Athens was gaining the momentum. Athens was the Athenian. Athens,
Capital of Greece.
the capital of Greece. Athens.
Where did the Athenians come from?
Because if you are no, if you live in New York, you are known as New Yorker. if you live in Athens,
Oh yeah.
then you are known as Athenians. Who is the most famous Athenians of all time?
Socrates.
Socrates. Alright, now let's go to the 400 BCE. What
This
is
was the real execution?
Yeah.
Alright, what is going on 400 BCE? Who lost? The Persian lost because of Athens. Athens was so powerful, right? Especially his navies. Now,
Maybe
P-
that existed?
so during that time, Peloponnesian one. So
Peloponnesian.
Peloponnesian one.
That is one hard thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Peloponnesian.
Yeah, Peloponnesian War. So Peloponnesian War around 400 BCE, there was a war between Sparta and Athens. What happened when someone losing momentum and someone gaining momentum? The guy gained momentum, tried to cover the guy who used to be
On the top.
on the top. All right. However, Sparta, Athens lost the war.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Athens lost the war.
It's Greece.
All right, Athens lost the war. Okay, but
Wars existed?
but the bad news is the good news is Sparta was gaining the momentum again. But bad news is Athenians started blaming Socrates for losing the war. All right.
What?
Yes, because
Why?
yeah, number one.
They started accusing him of
Number one.
wrongdoing because of his paradoxical wisdom.
Number one, Socrates created a school in Athens, and he started teaching the youth. Number one, he started teaching the youth that democracy should be, not everyone should have access to vote, because he gave a famous example. If you are in an ocean,
Yeah.
in a ship, all right.
And you don't know how
And-
to control a
No,
ship, you're
no.
not,
Who should be the captain of the ship? The one who trained, or the one that kind of like more popularity?
the one
Trained.
Yeah, the one who has more
With skill.
popularity. Yeah, the one who has more popularity won't be able to navigate the ship.
So,
Now-
I want to tell something around 400 BC. He was executed because of his paradoxical wisdom. Because the oracle said he was the wisest man ever, and he asked every wise man, and they actually revealed himself to be kind of dumb. So he himself was dumb, but he was the only one who realized that he was dumb. So that actually makes him wise paradoxically.
That's
And
right.
He was,
That's called Socrates.
Yeah.
That's called Socrates paradox. Okay.
Yeah, and he was arrested for the paradoxical wisdom.
Yes,
No,
sir.
he was executed.
Yeah, was that okay? Number one. What is number one? They said he was critics of democracy.
Right.
Number one, he was a big critic of
Democracy.
democracy.
He established a school.
So don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. He was not against the democracy. He was the critics. He was the big critic of democracy. He said that the voting rights should be only vested to a smaller few. All right. If you do not have a skill, you should not have access to the vote. Just like if you are not trained, if you are not a trained physician, you should not be a doctor and writing prescription.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they still don't apply that rule today. It's just an age limit of 18. Boom, boom, that's it.
That's right. So they should implement that so that the stupid people cannot cast vote. All right. Nowadays, look at the wall. Look around the
Remember
world.
the standard deviation from last time? The people on the left didn't have access to voting.
They should not have access to the voting right. It's because don't get us wrong. It's because stupid people make a stupid decision, and a small decision nobody cares. But when a bunch of stupid people vote for a stupid guy to run a country, then that creates a problem. All right, now he was a big critic of democracy. All right, number two.
Separation of church and state.
Number two, he was a big critic of God. critic of.
So he was the
Seems like
first.
he was critic of everything.
He was a critic of God because he did
He was
not
the
like.
first atheist. That's why
No,
they
no,
were
no,
He was
no.
not. He was not.
A
No, he was not atheist. He was a
secular.
big
Secular.
secular. He was a critic of God. Doesn't make you atheist. Okay.
Oh,
Critic of God because he had a scientific mind.
Mm.
Right? He does not want to. Okay, it's raining because of God. Is thunderstruck because of God. Someone died because of God. Someone. He does.
Fly.
He did not like to explain everything just because of God.
yeah.
There is a famine because of God. There is a, I don't know. There is a
Sky is blue.
because of God. He did not like to explain things like that. Okay, and that was a big problem at that time. All right.
Yeah, they thought everything was that's God, Jesus.
That's right. Okay.
Universe.
Another one was what?
Oh, after separation of church and state.
So, yeah. So, the other one is the other one was corrupting the youth.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, how? The corrupting the youth. The Athenians thought he was corrupting the youth because he was influencing them by his divine
Intervention.
by his divine intervention rather than by God. Okay, so he was controlling people, young people, by his ideology, not the ideology of God.
Yeah, and Einstein did that too, and soon we'll have somebody.
My friend, Einstein was born in 1879. We are talking about
This is 2,000 years before Einstein.
even more, my friend.
What?
Even more. So you have 1879.
2,400 years.
That's right. Okay.
Now,
Now,
Democritus was also alive this time.
now, at the time, right over there, at that time, Romans conquered the Greece. Roman conquered the
Greece.
Greece.
With Alexander the Great.
No, Alexander the Great was right here. Alexander the Great and Philip.
Knows a lot.
Philip
Philip,
and Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great over here. So, well, the good thing is, I'm glad that you mentioned that the Socrates, the Plato was the student of Socrates, and Aristotle was the student of
Later.
Plato, and Alexander the Great was the student of Aristotle. Should I write it down?
Yeah.
So Socrates,
Who was the student of Alexander the Great?
Socrates, okay,
What?
Me, bro.
Socrates, and then Plato,
So you have a dead teacher?
and then
Aristotle
Aristotle,
and Alexander the Great.
and then Alexander the
What a cycle.
Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was the only man who ruled the most of the world except the Genghis Khan. Alright, now you see the line, but today our main focus is this one. Alright, so now get back to the story. The story was okay. The Sparta was center of everything. Alright, the Persian Empire
Yeah.
tried to take over the Sparta. In fact, tried to take over the Greece is because the center of everything was Sparta. But the Persian was defeated by the Athenians. Okay, Athenians and Spartans, everyone, but Athenians was like more powerful, right?
Socrates was
At-
Athenian, right?
Socrates was Athenians. Now, as Athenians was gaining momentum, Sparta was losing momentum. There was a Peloponnesian War, and Athenians lost the war, and the authority of Athenians blame who? Socrates for losing that. Number one,
I
the
hope
young-
we have people in the future who
Oh.
don't say that everything
Wait.
is God.
Yeah.
God.
So the first one, Athens won.
the
Second-
first war, which one? The Persian war?
Greece Persian
Oh, the
won.
Greece Persian one, everybody fought together.
Oh.
These all the small land,
Oh.
island in the Greece. The Greece was never a cohesive empire. It was like a small thing, and then there was a small fight among them. But when the big thing tried to take them over, they got together, they beat them. Once they left, they started fighting again. Alright, let's come back to, so why the Athenians why the authority of Athenians blamed Socrates for losing the war? Number one, he corrupted the youth because they thought that youth did not participate in the war with a great enthusiasm because of what?
Socrates.
Because of
Socrates and his school.
because of there was no divine inspiration, because Socrates already cut the divine inspiration.
Divine intervention.
So many people fight the war because they are stupid. They think, well, okay, I fight, I die, I go to heaven. Alright? If you cut that, then that inspiration is no longer there, and so many people will lose the inspiration to become jihadists all of a sudden. And that's exactly what happened over there. And that's why Socrates was corrupting the youth. That was the argument. The critic of God for the same reason, and critic of democracy for the same reason. Does that make sense? But this one was the most. Alright. Now they call Socrates. There was a trial of Socrates. They call Socrates, Mr. Socrates, you come over here, we're gonna cast a vote. Now Socrates was the victim of his own prophecy. He said that the stupid people should never have access to vote. Now who was casting the vote? Those stupid people, 500 of them. So 500 of them cast the vote. Guess what? How many of them vote in favor of killing him? How many of them? 52%. So tell me how many percent? How many people? 52%.
So around
21.
No.
210.
Not. Can you?
Yeah, 210.
260.
Not 260. You cannot calculate that.
With
52% of 500.
Yeah, 260.
Is it?
That's what I said.
Oh, is it 260? Okay.
No,
So
I said 260.
260 people. 260 people voted what?
Negative.
Voted no.
To kill him.
Voted to kill him. 260.
My God.
So to kill Socrates. And then remaining how many people voted said no?
140. 240.
No. Alright. And then there are Socrates.
Only more people and
there are Socrates. Do you have anything to say? Because remember, in the court, even when they reach the verdict, they still ask, do you have any last word? So they ask Socrates any last word. Socrates says no, he has no last word. He accepts the verdict. And they ask, why do you accept the verdict? Socrates says, you could be wrong, but I still have to follow the law and order. Okay?
Maybe one of our students could be wondering how he got executed.
Oh yeah, by
hanging.
hanging.
People put poison hemlock in it.
Oh yeah, it was a kind of plant. Yeah.
Alright, now.
They made him walk
Poison
there
hemlock,
like
yes.
and then made it all the way to his heart, and then he died.
Now I invite you.
I am one of the 240 who strictly believe that Socrates should live.
I am the judge who wants to kill him. And I'm in the 260 who wants to kill him. Are you not gonna shake my hand?
What reason do you have to kill him?
Wow. How dare you ask me that? It's not obvious? First and foremost, he persuaded every single one of our youths to not join the army. If he was not there, they would have been persuaded by the divine intervention of God himself to join the army. He is the reason that Athens lost the Peloponnesian War. Okay?
Wrong. Look.
Okay. Let me finish my
Nothing
thought.
is true because of God. It's the sky
are saying right there, what you are saying is
light.
heretical to the Catholic Church, and you will be punished for your actions if I take you to the court. But I will be nice today, and I will not do that. Instead, I will try to eradicate your mind of what Socrates has put in there.
What?
The hobgoblin
I have never talked to
infected your mind.
Socrates. I have never talked to Socrates.
No, but you have been corrupted by his ideology, okay? Let me tell you how. Number one, he tells you that the church and the state needs to be separate.
Yeah.
He tells you he is secular. But let me tell you what he really is. He's a hypocrite, a dumb, a nobody, a loser. And that's what you will be
Tell me
if you
what?
follow him.
Tell me how he's a hypocrite. He never did anything that contradicted.
I'll tell you how he's a hypocrite. You yourself are following his ideas, right? He says that, oh, no God, the sky is blue because of photons, of this, of that, and that crap. And then he tells you to believe his ideas. Now, you are following him. You are his servant.
Then, how do you know this is all caused by God? Why don't you do scientific research? Why do droughts happen? Not because of God. Because there's rain and you're putting the plants in the bad conditions for growing. It's not because of all of God. Bad luck, Jesus, etc.
Talk about the democracy.
Ah, yes, okay. You know what? I will let that point go, okay? Instead, let me say why Socrates should really hang himself even if we don't kill him. Number one, he did not support democracy. Where are we living in right now? What country? Let me ask you that question.
Greece?
We're living in the United States of America, sir, which is a democracy. Now, Socrates himself, who, by the way, I personally want to kill, he did not support democracy. Why? He thought that the dumb shouldn't vote. Plain and simple. Now, excuse me.
The dumb shouldn't vote!
The dumb shouldn't vote. But who sets the bar? Oh, you're too dumb to vote. You don't get to vote, sir. But I, however, do. Because I'm smart.
Skills matter. Do you want dumb and stupid people voting for a president that's dumb and stupid that could run the whole country and get us down in this global pandemic?
But the real question is, who is dumb and stupid? Me or you?
You!
No. The question is, who gets to decide? If you put it in the hands of politicians to decide who's dumb, they're going to steer the voting blocks so that only the people who will most support them get the most education and thus have the most skills, and who they can say have enough skills to vote. So it becomes a game of cat and mouse, and you, my friend, are already losing it.
No, what is it called? Applier? No.
The hobgoblin?
No.
Eradicating your mind?
The person who wants to apply for president doesn't have control over the voting system. It's the Congress who does.
Ah, yes, but those corrupt politicians can put the jobs or education wherever they like, so that only a special set of people get the skills, and only so those people can vote. That's why Socrates was wrong. His idea was bogus. Bogus, and you are a follower of a bogus man with a bogus idea, and there are some hobgoblins in your mind, my friend.
Why are you saying God, democracy? And let me tell you, do you want some dumb people of 55 IQ? Okay, so, like half of the people who are, like around 30% of the people who are voting, they're chimpanzees. Little chimpanzees. They have around 50 IQ. So, do you want to replace them with literal chimpanzees eating bananas and want them to vote?
I admit this. Some of my people are monkeys. They think like monkeys, they act like monkeys, but this is true. One thing is true, this is a land of equality. Everyone gets the right to vote. That is a basic, fundamental, human freedom outlined by none other than John Locke. Okay,
Yeah,
John Locke.
But wait!
John
But wait!
Locke.
What if dumb, stupid people vote for some weird president who doesn't even know what Congress to a politician
Let
or
me
what the
tell
whole
you.
state is?
The people get what the people want. If the people want some crap, they get some crap. If they want some good, they want some good. That's what they get, and that is what happens, okay?
Finally, I want to.
Oh,
Why do you think he's been corrupting the young?
because he's not allowing the youngsters who should be joining the army to enlighten themselves by divine intervention. If
Divine intervention doesn't
If
exist.
Socrates wasn't there, we would have 5,000 more soldiers. We would have won the Peloponnesian War.
But I want
5,000 more soldiers would have made a huge difference. But because of Socrates and his school, all the youth have been indoctrinated. And they think the church and state should be separated. They think, oh, if I fight in the war, I won't die and go to heaven. It is because of him we lost the war, and even worse, we lost millions of lives. So, one life... Excuse me, let me tell you something. Killing Socrates is a small sacrifice for the greater good. The people are looking for revenge. And this
It's
is how
a
we
big
take it.
sacrifice. One person isn't equal to another person. This guy's the father of philosophy. You want to compare him with an average 400 BC Dumbo?
Father of philosophy, you know what also he is? He's the killer of millions of people. He
Millions?
indoctrinated your minds, and you're one of his followers. Even worse, he killed the millions of people who would have survived if we had won the Peloponnesian War. You see? See, now you're
It's
starting
your
to
fault.
realize.
It's your fault that you lost that war.
I can start to see the twinkle in your eye as you start to realize you've been indoctrinated the entire time.
Indoctrinated?
Indoctrinated.
Well, I know the Socratic method, and it's about asking questions, not giving the answer. You asked us for the debate, and we said yes.
Oh.
So, I'm asking you, who won? Me? Who wants Socrates to live? Or this garbage judge who wants him to die for some reason?